Hi everyone. We now have official confirmation that there will be a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm Thomas575. Welcome to another episode of upcoming video game movie rants. And this time, I'm here to talk about the title reveal for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Man, it's already been over 6 years since the first movie released. To think this movie universe would still be going strong 6 years later. Well, I know that's not what you're here to hear me talk about. No, you're here to listen to me talk about the title reveal for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So I'll go ahead and get to that right now. So there are some interesting details that are revealed in this title reveal, which I will go ahead and talk about right now. Number one, we get new dialogue from Robotnik, and unlike the title treatment reveal for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, in this title reveal, this is all new dialogue. This is not reused. This is not reused dialogue like for Sonic the Hedgehog 3's title treatment reveal. No, this is brand new dialogue that we have never heard before from Robotnik. So this new dialogue says from Robotnik is that everyone may think that they're safe, but time is about to run out, and the chaos will, and that the real and that the chaos will suit, and that the real battle will soon begin, and yeah, this is all new Robotnik. These are all new Robotnik lines that are said by Jim. Jim is so yeah. For those who don't know this, if you're new to the movie universe, I'll go ahead and quickly explain this. Jim Carrey is the guy that plays Dr. Robotnik that plays Dr. Ivor Robotnik throughout the entirety of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie universe. And originally, his character was supposed to die twice due to Jim wanting to retire after Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But shortly after that, but that retirement didn't last too long, since Jim was starting to run low on cash. So he came back to play Robotnik again in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which meant the writers had to write new scenes for Robotnik to be in, because I do not think that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was originally written with Robotnik in it. I mean, it was possibly by that I mean it wasn't it was probably originally written without Dr. Ivor Robotnik. I'm not talking about Professor Gerald Robotnik, obviously. But speaking of Professor Gerald Robotnik, this is part of the reason on why Jim plays two different characters in this movie. He thought that by playing multiple characters, he would get more money out of it. But he later found out he was doing twice the work for no pay. So I'm guessing this here is his way of making up for that lost cash. And I'm guessing this movie right here will be the last movie that has Robotnik in it. And or that has parts of Robotnik in it. And I word it the last movie to kind of have Robotnik in it. And I word it like this because I'll get to that in a second. But some other details we see is that we see the hammer that Princess Sally uses in Sonic Superstars, um, which it's really different than what it is in that game. So I'm just gonna call it the Chaos Prime Hammer for a placeholder because we do not know what that thing is called yet. But it looks like it will be an important piece to this movie due to that hammer basically shattering reality or shattering time. Uh, um, and speaking of time, it looks like this movie will be taking elements from Sonic CD. And if you don't know this already, Sonic CD is a game that is all about time travel. Sonic travels to the Little Planet, which is the place where the time stones are. And the time stones are basically stones that allow you to travel into any point in time. Um, but from what we've seen in this title reveal, it looks like the Chaos Emeralds are coming back again. Yeah, those do not look like the time stones. Unless the time stones are unless they're making the time stones different than what they are in the game, because I mean there have been some elements that in this movie universe that differentiate from what is in the games. So this could be another change. Kind of like the whole Chaos Emeralds fuse to become the Master Emerald thing. That is something that is exclusive to the movie, and I really don't want to talk about that because it's kind of nonsense. But anyway, okay, but here's the thing. But if these are in, but something bothers me about if these are the Chaos Emeralds. Because the Chaos Emeralds kind of got destroyed in the Eclipse Cannon explosion from the previous movie. Um, uh, since um, since it looked like Shadow still had them. So and both Robotnik and Shadow kind of died in the explosion. And I say kind of because there's a post-credit scene that teases a figure that may or may not be him. And I word it that way because we don't know if this is a different character that has uh almost the exact same shoes as Shadow, or if this is Shadow, or if this is the Shadow that somehow survived the Eclipse Cannon explosion. Because we see the figure pick up one of Shadow's wristbands, which Shadow removed for whatever reason. It still isn't clear as to why he did. But Shadow is one of the characters. But in any case, we see Shadow question mark as one of the characters that is shown off in this title reveal. And since this movie looks like it's going to be focusing on time travel, the team may or actually not the team, since Sonic may end up traveling back in time and encounter Shadow from the past. But if this is the same Shadow from the previous movie in present time, then there's got to be an explanation as to how he survived. And also, if Robotnik is also going to be returning in present time, they need to give an explanation as to how he survived as well, instead of scrubbing off important scenes instead of scrubbing off important scenes that are vital to the movie universe, because that is apparently something that the people working on the movie universe like to do. They like to take out extremely important scenes that are vital to the story because they think that it'll clutter up the story or kids will get confused or some bullshit. Um, right. Uh, oh yeah. Okay, so in the mid credit scene for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, we see two new characters in that scene, that being the Metal Sonic and Princess Sally, both of which originated from Sonic's CD. Um, so So I have a bit of a theory with both characters. So Princess Sally, I believe. So both Princess Sally and the Metal Sonic, um, I believe. So I believe that Sonic somehow traveled to, um, may have, or actually no, no. I just got a better idea. I believe that maybe the Metal Sonic and Princess Sally both ended up traveling back in time um, uh, to um, to the point in time in which Sonic is, because Sonic never says that he must have traveled, because it doesn't seem like Sonic traveled through time himself. It just looks like he ran too far and ended up in another place that's far away from Green Hills. Um, but yeah. So I've said this in my story prediction for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that's kind of outdated now. But watch that if you want. I don't know. But I believe that Princess Sally may be Sonic's sister in this movie universe. Now, I know I know what you're thinking. How exactly would that work? In the games, they're not siblings. How would this make any? Why would they do something like this? I actually have a few reasons explaining why and how. I have a few reasons explaining why this may be the case and how it would fit in the story. So, number one, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie universe seems to focus on the concept of friends and family a whole lot. And Sonic, we never find out Sonic's like actual past. Like we never find out where he came from. We never find out like who made him or something. We just know that he is a hedgehog that was born with super energy. That is all we know about his past. We do not know anything else about that. Well, aside from the fact that Longclaw took him in and and uh, and raised him, but other than that, we don't really know. We don't really know Sonic's true past, and and I believe Sonic having a blood related I believe Sonic having a sister um who is blood, and I believe Sonic having a sister, and her being the only one who is blood related to him would actually would actually create a whole new dynamic for how their bond is in the games, because in the games Sonic and Princess Sally are really good friends, right? And so I believe having them be siblings in the movie universe would create a whole new a whole new storyline. And seeing as, and yeah, I said this already, seeing how family is and friends are brought up a whole lot in the movie universe, I believe that it may be the reason as to why they would want to do that. And also because, as I've said before, sometimes changes are made to the story in order to fit the how the movie universe goes and all that. So there's that as well. Um, but then that begs the question: why would she suddenly come to the past? As I said earlier, how if Princess Sally and the Metal Sonic come from the future, then how exactly would that work if she's supposed to be Sonic's sister? Well, I have a theory that the Chaos Prime Hammer is able to detect anomalies in the timeline, and the Metal Sonic is one of those anomalies. But the anomaly comes from the future, so she uses the Chaos Prime Hammer to travel to the future, and then she's able to do the same thing. She's able to do the reverse. She can also use the Chaos Prime Hammer to travel to the past. So I believe she detected. So I believe detected an anomaly, went to the future, and then went back to the past. I believe that is how that could work. Now, as for the Metal Sonic, at the end of the title announcement, we see the Metal Sonic's eyes glowing. Now, I believe that this might not be Robotnik himself speaking since he is dead, but I believe it's actually the Metal Sonic speaking. And the Metal Sonic is replicating Robotnik's voice. Now, I've heard a lot of people online say that the Metal Sonic is not able to talk, I find kind of which I find kind of bullshit, considering that we kind of have seen the Metal Sonic talk before in the games. So I don't know why people don't want it to speak. I mean, this is basically the whole Yoshi situation for the Super Mario Galaxy movie all over again. Why make the character mute, or why just make it only make a bunch of random noises? Like how exactly is that faithful to the game? No. I believe that the Metal Sonic is talking in this movie. But if I'm wrong, then this comment of mine will have aged extremely well. Anyways, right. So we see. Okay. So we see that the rest of the characters that we've seen, from the so in the Chaos Emerald, we see visuals of the characters that we have seen throughout the entirety of the movie universe. Sonic, Robotnik, Tails, Knuckles, Tom, Maddie, um, all of them. We even see. Let's see. Oh yeah, we also see Shadow and Princess Sally in the Chaos Emeralds as well. Um, yeah. But there are some characters that don't seem to be present, and they're probably just minor characters that may not be in the movie. But I feel like I should point them out now. Um, because they've kind of been becoming more important as of late. that being Stone and Wade Whipple. We don't see them in the Chaos Emeralds, and I know probably just minor characters for this movie. Maybe Stone will become the next generation Robotnik, like I've said before, in the like about I don't know 2 years ago. At this point, I lost track of when I said that, um, but yeah, yeah, both Stone and Wade have kind of been becoming more important characters in the movie universe. Like they only just started off as just background character. They only just started off as background characters, and then they moved up into becoming important characters. Um, might I need I bring up Knuckles? And then of course we have Stone, and I don't think that one needs to be explained. Um, yeah. I think that about does it for. I think that about does it for this episode. What are your thoughts on the title announcement for? What are your thoughts on the title reveal for Sonic the Hedgehog 4? What do you predict will happen in this movie? Um, do you think that? Do you think that? Do you think that what I've said in this video? Do you think some of the stuff I've said in this episode or video, whatever, will happen in the movie? Uh, and how faithful will the movie be with the games? Will they and do you think they'll take out any important scenes to the story, like they've been doing, they've been doing for the entirety of the movie universe? Whatever. Comment down your thoughts below, all that, and like, share, subscribe, and that's the end of the episode. Okay, bye now.